Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of a give back to a YouTuber that I watch quite a bit. His name is Kyle Pallo. He's a Disney vlogger, well, travel vlogger as well now and everything. But back when I started watching, he was primarily Disney. Started watching him during the COVID lockdown, and really related to his channel a lot because I missed Disney. Was going through some personal hardships during that time, as many of us were. But one of them was my loss of my good friend who I worked with at Disney, and just being able to kind of relive some of the Disney magic through his vlogs was really cool. And I believe when I was watching one of his vlogs the other day that I heard him say he was going to be on the same cruise that I'm going to be on, which is awesome because if he is, I'd like to give him this gift on the cruise. If not, I'll mail it to him. We'll see what happens. So the thing I'm going to be doing for Kyle is I'm going to be making him a pen. This is not just any ordinary pen. This is a pen that pains me actually pretty deeply to make because I'm a 49ers fan, but he is from Wisconsin and he's a Green Bay Packers fan. So I'm going to be making him a Green Bay Packers pen today if everything works out. So this is one half of the pen that I'm going to be turning, which is a slimline pen tube that's basically wrapped with a Packer sticker. And then I'm going to be going through and turning this down, and it's pretty cool. So it has the helmet, the name, and then the logo there. And then the other half of the pen is going to end up being this here, which is basically a green and yellow pen blank. It's the closest colors I could find to the Packers colors. So Kyle, if you're watching this, just know that this hurts me a lot on the inside to make a Packers pen as a 49ers fan. But I really appreciate all your videos that you've made over the years, and this is for you, bud. So I'm going to go ahead and head out tonight. It's 2 days before the cruise. I'm going to go ahead and cut this pen blank down and basically prep it, drill it, put the tube inside and glue it up. So this way overnight it hardens. And then tomorrow I'll actually do the turning and film all that. So let's go ahead and head out to the garage and start getting this thing set up. So this one here, as you can see, already has a tube inside of there. So I don't need to do anything with this one. This one's already ready to go. But what I do need to do is I need to cut these guys, drill them, and get the tube in. I'm going to be using these pen kits, which are chrome plated pen kits, and the tubes for them are these guys right here. Alright, so I got it marked here where I'm going to be cutting it, and always make sure you use the proper safety equipment when you're working with this stuff, but I'm just going to use my bandsaw here and cut this piece. So basically right now I got my drill press set up, and I got my pen blank holder right here. I got my 7mm drill bit, and it's locked in nice and tight. So the next step here is to take these pen blanks and lock them in place here, and we're just going to drill these out. So we're going to turn this guy on. Trick here is to go nice and slow so you don't end up damaging the pen blank by heating it up too much. And we just slowly go through this here. There we go. And we are through the pen blank. So just take that out. And we now have a hole that goes through. And the tube will basically slide inside of here. So we'll drill the next one out, and then we'll put the tubes in and glue them and come back tomorrow morning. Alright, so next up here we're going to take some CA glue. We're going to take this and use it to glue in the tubes. Alright, so I got my two tubes here. First thing we're going to do is just dry fit it, make sure that it fits, and that's the right length, which, as you can see, the tube goes in quite a ways, which is fine because we can trim it up after. Alright, so I got that roughed up, cleaned up. Just kind of wash it with your hands there. Make sure there's no excess powder on, and then we're going to glue this up. So this glue does dry super quick, and if you get it on your hands it'll stick, and it sucks. It doesn't come off for days. So be super careful if you use this stuff. But we're going to go ahead and glue these guys up. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm just going to put a generous amount on. right, so we got the tube glued in. We're just gonna set that flat on here and let that dry overnight. Do the same for this other tube. There you go. Set that down, no glue on the hand, successful night. And we're gonna come back tomorrow and get this thing prepped and done tomorrow morning. So that's all for now. See you guys tomorrow. All right, good morning, guys. So it is the day before the cruise, and it is early in the morning, but the pen is ready to turn. So I got the pen blank that we drilled last night on here, and I got the Green Bay Packer logo and helmet pen blank on the top part. So this will be the bottom of the pen, this will be the top of the pen, the bushings are here. We're ready to turn. So let's go ahead and get started with this, shall we? All right, so I got the pen blanks turned here, so that's perfect. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take these off, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the next set. All right, well, I would say that was pretty successful pen turning right there. Pens are turned. Now what we gotta do is we gotta sand this down, and to sand it down, we use multiple layers of sandpaper starting at 150 grit going down to 600. So pretty much what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to turn this back on. We're just going to sand it down nice and smooth, and then once we get it sanded, then we got to polish it. All right, so at this point all the deep scratches are out, just fine surface scratches. The next thing's going to be to polish it. All right, so for the polishing here, we use these sets of pads. As you can see, they're wet. We wet them, and then toughest grit to basically almost like a very fine leather on this side. It's not actual leather, but it feels like it. And basically, we're just going to use this to polish it out and make it nice and shiny. Last pad here with pad number 9. This is really just giving it that last little bit of shine, because this is pretty much butter smooth at this point. So that's done. We can take her off. And as you can see, that is super shiny, super smooth, super clear. Same thing with this. Super shiny. We're gonna go set these aside. I'm gonna do the next one, and then I'll film putting the pens together. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, so I got both pens completely polished now. So the next step here is to put the pens together, and to do that, basically using this pen press here and all the pen pieces. So this is gonna be the top of the pen, so we're gonna go ahead and start with this part. And what we're gonna need for the top is going to be this piece here, which is the clip. And then we're also going to need this piece here, which is the cap. So basically the way this is going to work is the cap goes in like so with the clip. Packers logo at the top, so you can read the Packers stuff. And we're just going to press this together. And lined up pretty well there. And press to tighten. All right, so that's what the top looks like. And now we're just gonna go ahead and do the rest of it. All right, next step is gonna be to connect the tip of the pen to the bottom of the pen, and I decide which way I wanna do this. I'm thinking probably this way, I think is the nicest. So the way this works is we just have to move this back a little bit to give us a little bit more space. This is gonna go right in here like so. And then we just come in and press this on. And bada bing, bada boom, we're done. Now you got the tip on there. And as you can see, it's starting to look a little bit like a pen, right? All right, so next piece is this part here, which actually kind of holds the cartridge. So this is going to be going into the bottom part here like this. We're going to press this in, so let's go ahead and do that. Now the trick here is we don't want to go too far into it, because if you do, the pen will stick out always. And if you don't go far enough, the pen won't come out when you turn it. So it needs to be just the right distance in there. So we're going to start with just getting the gold in, like so. Then we're going to take our pen and screw it in. And let's see here. That is a little bit too short, I think. I'm going to go just a tad bit more. There we go. All right, so as you can see, when I twist this, the pen is fully inside. And then when I twist it the other way, pen tip is lined just perfect to where it's coming out, but there's not too much out, so just perfect. And there's one more piece here, which is just a little bit of a band. The band just kind of slides on. So you can actually make this pen two different ways. You can do it with the band or without the band. I like the band in it personally. And then we just push these two together. And there's the pen. So Kyle, there's the first pen, man. So the reason why I made two was for two reasons. One is because in case one of these pen blanks blew out, I had an extra one. But since they both did not blow out, I'd like to give one of them to his sister, Alexa. You know, she does some healthcare work. I work in healthcare as well, although on the IT side. But I just appreciate what healthcare workers do. So since I got an extra pen, Alexa, one of these is going to you. I'm just going to put this next one here together, and then we'll show you what both of them look like finished. All right, so here are the two finished pens. Again, a little bit different style for the bottom on both of them. Top's the same. But yeah, they turned out quite nice, actually. As much as the colors are pretty bad, they should be red and gold, but you know, it is what it is. But seriously, Kyle, appreciate the videos that you do. Alexa, appreciate the work that you do in healthcare. Really hope you guys enjoy these. You know, if I get to meet you on the ship, that's awesome, Kyle. If not, I'll be mailing this to you, and I really appreciate everything that you guys do, and hope you guys enjoy these gifts. I guess it's time for me to pack and mow on and get stuff done around the house before the cruise, so I will catch you guys later.